Yeah, and how do you think about retention when it comes to community? Like, what are some things that are working on like retaining people?
So it's a big, making sure they're kind of connecting with the right people quickly is important. A lot of it's onboarding. It's just like with new people come, understanding what they need from the community, that they're a good fit, and just getting them onboarded quickly. So yeah, it's nothing complicated, but it's just about consistently doing that, I think, as long as you have, the right sort of members.
Yeah, and how do you think about retention when it comes to community? Like, you can grow, but you also want people to be there long term because then they can continue to offer more value, and you kind of have your points where you can say, oh yeah, I know this person, he works on this or whatever it might be. So I'm curious about how you think about retention there.
Yeah, well, it works in similar ways to retention with say a SaaS product, but obviously there's some differences, like as people join for the network as well as the experience you can provide. People just care about the experience of a SaaS, right? But they care about the network and the experience with community. So the experience in terms like maybe you have some like interesting events or like whatever, you want to try and get people to meet relevant people to them as soon as possible, whether that's like a one-on-one introduction or make sure they're coming to the right event or that kind of thing. So it's a big, making sure they're kind of connecting with the right people quickly is important. And that a lot of it's onboarding. It's just like understanding what they need from the community, that they're a good fit, and just getting them onboarded quickly. So yeah, it's nothing complicated, but it's just about consistently doing that, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And how many people do you think are going to end up helping you with this as you go full time? Are you going to keep the people that are kind of helping now? Or are you planning on like, hey, we're going to need some extra marketing and things like that? Because I'm still in awe kind of what Product Hunt does, and that nobody's come around and really almost mimic that model in a way. They've stood on their own two legs for a really long time. And I think it's awesome, and I love it, and I go on there all the time. But it's like they've built one of the biggest communities like online, right? I mean, in technical, you really can't get onto Product Hunt until you have an invite, or people need to trust you, and there's a lot of factors there. So I'm curious to know, like, where do you want to take this? I guess, is it more like hand this off, or do you want to really push this forward to really create like a company around this?
I think where the vision of where it can go is like in like the next year, we can start having like our events in different cities around the world, grow the overall membership base, creating content and education, that sort of thing. Where I think eventually it could go is we could have our own co-working spaces as well around the world. You have to be a bootstrap founder or just a founder to join. And part of this like remote and in-person community, it's like a social club kind of thing. I think that's where it could go. But a big part of it is also education. We're kind of refocusing because we find a lot of our members are quite early stage, and we still want to help our like later stage members, but we want to help people like give them the support to get to profitable, and also beyond that. So support them to whatever goals they have beyond that as well. And a lot of that's the community and mentorship, but just like good education as well.
I love it.